Welcome back to Product X. I'm Rena, and today we're diving into something that's been making waves in the enterprise SaaS world. We have with us Vivian Liu, a veteran angel investor who's been tracking the AI sales space for years, and Nolan, a former Silicon Valley big tech CTO who's seen every architecture trend come and go. Vivian, Nolan, say hi to the audience.
Hey, everyone. I'm Vivian. I focus on early-stage enterprise deals, and I've watched the sales tech space evolve from simple recording tools to full-blown AI agents.
Hey Rena, hey Vivian. I'm Nolan. I spent a decade building large-scale distributed systems, and now I break down the engineering behind these AI plays for fun.
So here's the hook. Attention, a New York-based AI startup just closed a $30 million Series B, led by RTP Global. They're promising to eliminate the worst part of every sales rep's job manual CRM data entry. But here's what's interesting. Gong and Chorus already dominate the sales intelligence space. So what's the new story that convinced investors to pour millions into what looks like a crowded market? Vivian, let's start with you.
Honestly, I think the market has gotten really impatient with insight-only tools. We've seen Gong and Chorus generate beautiful dashboards showing sentiment analysis and competitor mentions, but at the end of the day, the sales rep still spends 2 hours manually typing notes into Salesforce. That's the problem. Attention is attacking. They position themselves not as an advisor, but as a revenue operating system, someone who actually does the work. When you can show a CFO a clear ROI path that says, we'll save your team 30% of their admin time and let them close more deals, that's a completely different value proposition than, here's a pretty chart. That's what RTP Global saw.
Right, and I want to add something on the technical side. What makes attention interesting isn't the speech recognition, everyone can do that now. It's the read-write architecture. Most AI tools in this space are read-only. They listen, they analyze, they give you a report. But Attention's system actually makes API calls. It writes back to Salesforce. It drafts emails. It schedules follow-up meetings. That required solving some genuinely hard engineering problems, like mapping unstructured conversation data to highly customized CRM schemas. If the AI misinterprets a $100K budget as $1M and writes that into the database, you've just corrupted the entire revenue forecast. That's a hallucination problem that could sink an enterprise product.
That's a great point, Nolan. So you're saying the technical moat is actually in the execution layer, not the recognition layer?
Exactly. Getting AI to understand what was said is table stakes now. Getting AI to act on what was said reliably, at scale, across different CRM setups, that's where the differentiation lives.
Vivian, do you see it the same way from the investment angle?
I see it similarly, but I'd frame it around workflow stickiness. Once a sales team gets used to hanging up a call and having everything automatically logged, they won't want to go back. That creates insane net dollar retention. The switching cost isn't just the software, it's the productivity loss. That's the commercial moat Nolan is building the engineering foundation for.
Makes sense. Let's dig into the competitive landscape. Gong is moving toward execution. Salesforce's Einstein is getting more aggressive. How does Attention survive the pincer attack? Vivian?
Here's the thing about enterprise software. Incumbents are great at adding features, but they move slowly because they have to support legacy architectures. Attention can go all in on agentic workflows without worrying about breaking a 20-year-old Salesforce integration. They're building for the new world, not trying to retrofit the old one. Plus, their focus on the revenue operations persona, not IT, not marketing. But the revenue team means they're solving one problem extremely well. That's a bet RTP Global was willing to take.
I'll push back a little, though. The engineering challenge of hallucination control in production environments is brutal. When you're writing directly to a customer's CRM, there's no room for error. Gong can hallucinate in a summary, and it's annoying but fixable. Attention hallucinating in a data field could cause real business damage. They need to achieve a level of precision that most LLMs aren't built for today. That's the hill they need to climb.
That's a fair counterpoint. So, Nolan, are you saying the technical risk is execution, not idea?
I'm saying the idea is solid. The execution is where the blood is spilled. They have $30 million now to solve it, which is good. But this isn't a problem you throw money at and it goes away. It requires serious engineering investment.
All right, let's shift gears to the bigger picture. What does this signal about the enterprise AI market overall? Vivian.
I think it signals that the market is done paying for cool demos. Everyone wanted AI to be transformative, but it took a while to move from, look what the model can do, to, here's what it actually saves you. Attention represents that shift from insight to execution. If you're an enterprise buyer in 2024, you don't want a tool that tells you what happened. You want a tool that does something about it. That's the macro thesis behind this funding.
Nolan, final word on what this means for the tech side?
I think it proves that agentic workflows aren't just hype. There's real engineering problems to solve, but the value proposition is undeniable. The question is whether attention can maintain velocity while scaling. The same architecture that makes them fast now could become a liability if they don't invest in robustness. It's a race against time and incumbents.
I love that we have both the investment perspective and the engineering perspective here. Let's do a quick lightning round. First question. What's the one feature you'd steal from attention if you could? Vivian?
The auto email drafting. No question. I hate writing follow-ups.
For me, it's the CRM writeback. That's the engineering marvel right there.
Second question. What's the most overhyped part of the AI sales tool space? Vivian?
Sentiment analysis dashboards. Everyone acts like knowing the customer sounded frustrated is some revelation. Like, okay, now what?
I'd say the autopilot claims. Some tools say they're fully autonomous, but they're really just gauzy prompts. There's a big gap between sounds impressive in a demo and actually works in production.
Third question. If you were a sales rep tomorrow, what's the one tool you'd refuse to work without? Vivian?
Honestly, something that just handles the busy work. Let me talk to customers and close deals. That's what I'm good at.
The meeting scheduler integration. If it can just put something on my calendar without me lifting a finger, that's worth its weight in gold.
Fourth question. Best advice for a startup entering this space? Vivian?
Pick one pain point and own it. Don't try to be everything to everyone. The market is crowded, so you need laser focus.
Build for failure. Assume the AI will mess up occasionally and design your system to catch it. That's the difference between a demo and a product.
Final lightning question. One word describing where AI sales tools will be in 5 years. Vivian?
Ubiquitous. Everyone will use them. The question is who owns the workflow?
Integrated. They'll be invisible. You won't even think about them anymore. They'll just work.
I love that ubiquitous versus integrated. Vivian, can you summarize today's conversation in one sentence?
Attention's $30 million bet is on the idea that enterprises don't want more dashboards. They want AI that actually does the work, not just talks about it.
Nolan, your turn.
The engineering challenge of reliable, automated CRM writes is the real moat. And whoever solves hallucination control first will own this market.
That's a wrap. Thanks, Vivian and Nolan, for breaking down both the capital logic and the hardcore engineering behind Attention's big raise. If you want to see more deep dives into the intersection of tech and capital, hit subscribe and join us tomorrow. See you next time.